is that the best price? What you looking for is that value labor.
Best price, and everything is nice. And oh, you will love the price. Convenient and easy, make shopping breezy.
The luxury of everything in one supermarket located on the riverbank with parking. The Best Price open daily all week with home store, decor for every room, pharmacy for all prescriptions and over-the-counter medication, supermarket for all your grocery items, fresh produce and frozen.
What you're looking for is all at Best Price.
What you're looking for is that value labor.
Fresh Market Pharmacy has expanded to customers with its new additional location at Best Price. 2 convenient locations on the Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard and at Best Price Riverbank. Fresh Market Pharmacy provides over-the-counter medication, health and personal care, prescription drugs, and natural supplements. Our experienced pharmacists and technicians provide the best quality services. Call 225-6883, 255-6875, WhatsApp 316-0310. Your prescription bill just got lowered.
I want to say good morning to our folks there from Fresh Market Pharmacy. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Matt. Morning, Matt, and to all our listeners out there. Of course, we are back here today, Friday, from Fresh Market and Best Price. That's a pharmacy that continue to give you quality pharmaceuticals and the service. And in addition to that, we provide you with educational information. Of course, today is no exception, but we're going to focus on more medicines today. We're going to talk about the side effects, adverse effects. This is of concern because quite a few patients or persons who are prescribed medicines, once they hear side effect or once they read about it, they will probably read the leaflet and see a long list of side effects / adverse effects, they interchangeable, and they tend not to take it. So we're going to explain to you what are side effects and adverse effects and all of that, and why you should take the medicine, why you shouldn't stop. So that's what we're going to talk about. I want to say morning to some of our avid listeners out there, of course. Andrew Joseph, morning to you. Wayne James, May, Robertson Law, Inspector, staff, of course, at Fresh Market and Best Price. Dahlia and the others, Anya and Albert, Ricky, Butcho, morning to you, Nichols and Pamela, and also Nurse Jacob, morning to you, your avid listener. Over in Canada, Debbie, morning to you, Dr. Banis, Joe Christmas, Kenrick and Barbara and daughters, and Dr. Hamlet, who is over in Bonn, and of course in Tennessee, Ronald and Edith. Morning to all of you. Good. As mentioned, we're going to explain side effects and adverse effects of medicines. I'm going to explain to you already the same. So the introductory part is when people read about medications, they often see the terms side effects and adverse effects used in package inserts, doctor discussions, or online information. So they'll see those terms, side effects and adverse effects. At first glance, both phrases seem to describe unwanted reactions to a drug. Many patients assume the words mean exactly the same. In everyday conversation, the two expressions are frequently treated as interchangeable. So in everyday expression, we tend to do that. I'll explain to you. A person might say they had side effects from a new medicine or that it caused adverse effects. And listeners usually understand the general idea. This overlap is casual. In casual use can create confusion when precision matters, such as during a medical consultation or when reading safety warnings. So the distinction between side effects and adverse effects is important, very important in pharmacology, in clinical practice, and also in regulatory language. So there's a difference between adverse effects and side effects. Although the terms are sometimes used loosely, they carry different technical meanings. Always remember that affect how risks are described and understood. So knowing the difference helps patients interpret information more accurately. So if you know the difference between adverse effects and side effects, it will allow you to interpret information differently and more effectively. Yes, and this helps also healthcare providers. So what are side effects? What's the meaning of side effects? How we want to help you to understand the meaning of side effects.
So, side effects refer to any secondary effect produced by a drug in addition to its intended therapeutic action. These effects can be desirable, neutral, or undesirable. The term is broad and does not automatically imply harm or seriousness. For example, drowsiness caused by an antihistamine is a side effect. In this case, the primary purpose is allergy relief, and sleepiness is an expected additional income. Similarly, hair growth on the scalp from a medication originally developed for high blood pressure is a beneficial side effect. Side effects are documented during clinical trials and listed in product labeling. They include both common and rare outcomes, regardless of whether they are harmful or not. So the term patient friendly and commonly used in everyday medical communication.
Good. Look at some examples of side effects.
Some modified side effects for many medications include dry mouth from certain antidepressants, increased appetite from some mood stabilizers, mild headache after starting a new blood pressure pill, improved nail strength from a chemotherapy drug. These examples show that side effects can be negative, positive, or neither.
Right. So we wanted to understand clearly the term side effects because persons get sort of perturbed when they see a long list of side effects on a leaflet or when they go and buy a medicine. Usually, I say there it can be desirable, neutral, or undesirable. Basically, so that's what side effects are. It doesn't imply seriousness, and as indicated there. Look at some examples of side effects. Dry mouth from certain drugs. It's dry mouth. Always remember, once you're taking a drug, in addition to the active ingredients, with what you call additives, and they can also have an effect. So dry mouth, increased appetite from certain drugs, mild headache from certain, for instance, patients on certain hypertensive medicines, like for instance, amlodipine can give a headache, nifedipine can give a headache. All of these things, and drowsiness, antihistamines, especially medicines like Piriton, can get drowsiness. So these are what you call side effects. They are not very harmful and even beneficial. Good. Now that's side effects. Now, there's a slight difference with adverse effects. Now, what is an adverse effect of a medicine?
So, like we said before, a side effect can be beneficial, so it can be desirable, it can be undesirable, or it can be neutral. However, adverse effects are undesirable and harmful outcomes caused by a drug at the normal therapeutic doses. So, it doesn't have to be an overdose. The term specifically indicates a negative impact on health, ranging from mild discomfort to life threatening events. Adverse effects are always unwanted. In medical and regulatory language, an adverse effect is a type of adverse drug reaction that occurs during appropriate use of the medication. The definition excludes internal overdoses, misuse, or accidental poisonings, which fall under different categories. Regulatory agencies such as the FDA and EMA use adverse effect or adverse reaction when reporting safety data. These terms focus on harm and are used in official risk communications, black box warning, and post marketing surveillance.
Good. So that is adverse effects. And some examples of an adverse effect, because always remember adverse effects can create harm. And that's the difference. You see, harm to you under normal dose. So the dose is normal, and yet still it can create harmful effects. Good. Now we may have severe allergic reaction requiring hospital. Severe, and that's an adverse effect. Or some liver enzymes, certain drugs. And that's why we always tell persons the less medicine they can take is the best, and to be aware of this. Liver enzymes elevation, dangerous drop in blood pressure, all of these are adverse effects. Abnormal heart rhythm caused by an antibiotic. These outcomes are clearly harmful and unwanted. So these are unwanted. Adverse effects really are unwanted, and they are harmful. So that's the difference between adverse effects and side effects. Now, why the distinction matters? Why the distinction matters in practice?
In package inserts and patient information leaflets, manufacturers often use side effects for the general list of possible reactions. This broad term helps patients understand that not every listed item is dangerous or even undesirable. Regulatory summaries and safety alerts prefer adverse effects or adverse reactions to emphasize potential harm. This language signals to healthcare professionals that the information requires careful attention. Doctors and pharmacists sometimes switch between the terms depending on the context. So, when speaking to patients, they often use side effects because it feels less alarming. In written records or communications with colleagues, adverse effects appears more frequently.
Right. So when we talk to you, on a pharmacist point of view, we tell you side effects because we don't want to mention adverse effects. We know what happens, and anyone can develop adverse effects towards a drug. Always remember that on a normal dose, you can develop adverse effects. But, these are rare, and we want to explain to you later on. Always remember that the beneficial effect of the medicine at that particular time always outweighs the risk. Always outweighs the risk. So we will not tell you about all of these severe adverse effects, which may or may not happen. And chances of happening of the adverse effects is usually rare, far between. So we always mention to you the side effects, what to expect, because we don't want you to have any surprises whenever you are taking the medicines. For instance, notice what it says here. Let's look at how language causes with regards to the audience. Let's look at the audience and how we talk to them.
So, patient facing materials use side effects, safety alerts, and prescribing information, adverse effects or adverse reactions are used. In clinical trials and research papers, you see adverse events, even a broader term. The choice of words shape the perception and urgency.
Good. So there's also a term called adverse events when you're taking the medicine. So we don't want to complicate it. We want to go as simple so that you can understand. We mentioned side effects. They normal. They can be beneficial reaction as you take the drug. They're not harmful. They can be neutral or beneficial. But the adverse effects is different. They can be harmful. Now there's what you call adverse events when you're taking a medicine. What is that?
Adverse events are any untoward medical occurrence that happens during the treatment, whether or not it is caused by the drug. This includes symptoms, illnesses, or laboratory abnormalities that appear after starting a medication. So, not every adverse event is an adverse effect. For example, a patient who develops a cold during a drug study experiences an adverse event, but the cold is unlikely to be related to the medication. Adverse effects are the subset of adverse events that are considered drug related. Clinical trials record all adverse events to monitor safety comprehensively. Only those judged to be possibly, probably, or definitely caused by the drug become classified as adverse effects or adverse drug reactions.
Good, very good. So that's what it is. Now let us move on to practical implication for patients. When you read a leaflet or a brochure, even when you see on the news or what have you, we need you to understand what's the implication. So practical implication for patients. When reading a medical leaflet or discussing treatment with a doctor, patients should pay attention to both terms. When you're reading a leaflet or you get information, you pay attention. A long list of side effects does not mean every item is likely or dangerous. Again, that's what we said. You may be reading a leaflet and you see a long list of side effects. It doesn't mean that every item is dangerous. We have come across persons who read the leaflet after the medicine prescribed for them, and once they read the leaflet and they see the long list, they say, "Oh, they don't take it. They stop taking it." But they need to really understand what they're reading. A mention of adverse effects in safety warnings deserve extra caution, of course. Asking clarifying questions helps. Asking clarifying questions helps. For example, is this a common side effect or a rare adverse effect? Is it common or is it rare? Or how serious is this potential adverse reaction? How serious it is? So you may read that, yes, but you need to find out about it. Because as we said that the beneficial effects always outweighs the risk at that particular time. These questions improve understanding and shared decision making. These questions improve. So clearly, you want to take care of yourself. You have a condition. Let's say you're hypertensive. And you're prescribed medicines. They do have side effects. They do have, and of course, they may also have adverse effects. You may read those, and you can't just stop it because you read a side effect. For instance, the statin causes muscle problems, muscle difficulties. You can't just stop it. But now, Mr. shows you there that CoQ10, you can take CoQ10 to buffer that muscle seriousness. Reporting any new symptoms, even if it seems minor, contributes to ongoing safety monitoring. Patients' reports help identify rare adverse effects that may not appear in initial trial. So, again, leaflet questions you can ask. Good. So, we're going to look at some frequently asked questions that will help you to clarify the side effects and adverse effects. First question is, are side effects actually bad?
No. Side effects can be positive, neutral, or negative. A medication intended to lower blood pressure might cause unwanted dizziness. That's a negative side effect. Or unexpectedly improved migraines, which is a positive side effect. So they are not always bad.
Right. For instance, someone may have a migraine and have blood pressure, and a beta blocker will help to improve the migraine. That's a positive side effect. And you're taking the beta blocker. You're taking the beta blocker, right, a special medicine to lower the pressure. But at the same time, it helps to control your migraine. That's a positive. So that's what side effects is all about. You may be dizzy, patient, and sometimes the side effects don't last for a long time. You're just placed on the medicine, and initially you experience side effects. But as your body gets used to it, as we can say, metabolizes it, excretes it, and so on, then the side effects tend to go away. So, are side effects always bad? No. You just have to understand the side effects clearly, and you can ask your pharmacist about that. Good. The other question is, when does a side effect become an adverse effect? So a side effect can become an adverse effect.
So a side effect becomes an adverse effect when it is harmful or undesirable. The term adverse effect is reserved for negative outcomes that affect health or the quality of life at standard doses.
Right. So that's why we always use the term side effect as pharmacists. We always use the term side effects. And that's why it's always listed as side effect. It can become adverse effects when it's harmful or undesirable, and that can happen. And that's during the normal dosing. You don't have to overdose or overdose for that. Good. The other question is, why do package inserts list so many side effects?
Well, package inserts list every reported side effect from clinical trials and post-marketing surveillance, even rare or minor ones. This comprehensive reporting helps doctors and patients weigh potential risks against the benefits.
Very good, very good. So a long list is there. Again, when you read a leaflet, you see a long list of side effects because that came from trials, that came from post-marketing use of the medicines all the day, and that allows the pharmacist and the doctor to analyze it, look at the benefit and risk benefit, really and truly. Understand the medicine. We understand the medicine. We have to understand the medicine so that we can explain it better to you. So that's why everything is there and allows us to tell you all about the medicine once we have dispensed it for you. Good. So that's why the package inserts list all of these side effects. Good. We can probably take a break and we come back and answer a few more questions that you may ask.
Fresh Market Pharmacy has expanded to customers with its new additional location at Best Price. 2 convenient locations on the Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard and at Best Price Riverbank. Fresh Market Pharmacy provides over-the-counter medication, health and personal care, prescription drugs, and natural supplements. Our experienced pharmacists and technicians provide the best quality services. Call 225-6883, 255-6875. WhatsApp 316-0310. Your prescription bill just got lowered.
What you're looking for is at Best Price. What you're looking for is at Best Price.
Best Best Price, best price. Everything is nice, and oh, you will love the price. Convenient and easy, make shopping breezy.
The luxury of everything in one supermarket located on the riverbank with parking. Best Price open daily all week with home store, decor for every room, pharmacy for all prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, supermarket for all your grocery items, fresh produce and frozen.
What you're looking for is all at Best Price.
What you're looking for is our value. And carry, cash and carry, and carry, cash and carry. At Cash and Carry, we offer the finest selection of products that cater to your every need. From groceries to household essentials, our shelves are stocked with quality items that are sure to impress. And guess what? We're not just great for wholesale, we're also your go-to place for all your food service needs. Located right opposite the Immigration Department on King George V Street in Roseau, we take pride in providing you with an unforgettable shopping experience. Our friendly staff is here to assist you in each and every step of the way. Ready to place an order or have a question? Call us at 316-0184 or 255-6823. And carry, cash and carry, and carry, cash and carry. We can't wait to see.
We are open 7 days a week with the top of the line products. Well stocked supermarket and pharmacy, health and beauty care, fresh produce and meats prepared daily, hot and cold kitchen, ready to go meals, sandwiches, salads, and desserts at your fingertips. Easy access, located on the bayfront, environment friendly, and our staff are approachable and ready to assist. Have you figured out who we are? You got it, Fresh Market. Your one stop.
All right, let's go back to our folks at Fresh Market.
Good. So a few more questions. Do adverse effects always mean the drug is dangerous?
No. Although they are undesirable and unwanted, many adverse effects are mild and temporary. Serious adverse effects are less common but require prompt attention. The frequency and severity determine how much concern a particular adverse effect warrants.
Good. And the other question, should I stop a medication if I experience a side effect?
And never stop a medication without consulting your doctor. Some side effects are expected and temporary, while others may need dose adjustment or different treatments. Your prescriber can guide you safely.
Good. Are adverse drug reactions the same as adverse effects?
Yes. In most contexts, the terms are used interchangeably. An adverse drug reaction is an unwanted and harmful response to a medication at normal doses. The phrase emphasizes drug-related cause.
Good. How are side effects and adverse effects monitored?
Regulatory agencies collect data from clinical trials, spontaneous reports, and post-marketing surveillance. Healthcare providers and patients can submit reports of suspected side effects or adverse effects to improve the safety information.
Good. Can a side effect turn into an adverse effect over time?
Definitely, yes. A mild side effect can become more serious with continued use or a combination of other factors. Regular follow-up with your healthcare provider helps catch the changes early.
So the key is cannot stop taking it. And why do some sources use the terms differently then?
Scientific and regulatory documents prefer adverse effects or adverse reactions to focus on the harm. Patient information leaflets and everyday conversations often use side effects because it feels less alarming and covers all the possibilities.
Very good. And should I worry if a medication has many listed adverse effects?
Not necessarily. Long lists are common because they include everything reported, even rare events. Your doctor considers the likelihood, severity, and relevance to your situation when prescribing.
Very good. So I hope you understand clearly the difference between side effects and adverse effects. And then all of these questions. So side effects and adverse effects are not exactly the same, even though people often use them interchangeably in everyday conversation. Side effects describe any additional drug action, wanted, neutral, or unwanted. So side effect can either be wanted, neutral, or unwanted. Always remember that. While adverse effect specifically mean harmful or undesirable outcomes at normal dose. We're talking about normal dose there, okay? Recognizing this difference helps patients interpret medication information more accurately and discuss risk more effectively with their healthcare provider. So we need to recognize it. We need to recognize the listing, what it means, and that will allow us to be more informed and take our medication. The distinction is especially useful when reading safety warnings, inserts, or clinical study summaries. So when you're reading a safety warning insert of in an insert, let's say you buy a bottle of tonic or what have you, and you're reading look at the warnings, you will understand clearly what it means. A long list of side effects are there, but it means it's not dangerous. It's there for all of us. It's there for helpful. So clearly, there's a difference between side effects and adverse effects. Side effects are there, and then we encourage you talk to your pharmacist, and we always encourage you never stop a medication because you experience a side effect. And don't forget, we always experience side effects on these medicines, and everyone experiences different side effects. Always remember that. So we don't want to tell somebody, that medicine caused my skin to scratch me, and no. It may cause you to scratch you. We don't want to tell somebody, use that tablet, is better than that one. No, we don't want to do that. Let the person talk to the pharmacist, the healthcare professional who knows about these. We are the experts on the medicines. So we want to, we are telling you that to improve compliance, because I know of someone recently who stopped their medication. There is some medication, hypertensive medication and so forth, cholesterol, and they got a stroke. The consequences of stopping your medication because of a side effect would be grave. It would be worse for you. Having a stroke is not easy. It's not easy. It's going down the road. So please, you feel free to call us, come to the pharmacy, call us. We can better explain those to you whenever you come in, even if over-the-counter preparations you're buying. It's always right to talk to a pharmacist. Educate yourself. You may be reading it, but you need to understand what you're reading, and we can help you to do that. We will have checks today, so let Nora tell us.
Yes, so we would like to invite all our listeners down to Best Price this morning from 9 o'clock to 2 p.m. to come and get your health checks. You get your blood pressure, your blood sugar checks, your BMI, your weight, and we do that every other week. So this week is at Best Price. The other 2 weeks is going to be at Fresh Market. We invite everyone down to come along and have your health checks done.
Good, very good. It's good. So we look forward to be with you for next time. So we wish everyone a pleasant weekend.
I wish you a pleasant weekend as well. Any fishing this weekend?
Yeah, most likely. Oh, definitely.
Have a great one. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
We are open 7 days a week with the double products. We're on stock. Supermarket and pharmacy, health and beauty care, fresh produce and meats prepared daily. Hot and cold kitchen, ready to go meals, sandwiches, salads, and desserts at your fingertips. Easy access, located on the bayfront, environment friendly, and our staff are approachable and ready to assist. Have you figured out who we are? You got it. Fresh Market, your one stop. Fresh Market, Fresh Market.
An easy way to play.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
You're on your way.
Flow.
Cover your bills with an interest-free payday loan from Quartz Ready Cash. Put some extra cash in your pockets with a Quartz Ready Cash loan. Expenses adding up? Cover the cost with an interest-free payday loan from Quartz Ready Cash up to $1,000. No security required. 24-hour approval. All you need is your ID, payslip, 2 references, 1 recent job letter, and proof of address. Visit us today at any of our Quartz or Ready Cash locations. Don't delay. Put some extra cash in your pockets with a Quartz Ready Cash loan. Quartz Ready Cash. Ready when you are.
Sweet 16 is coming up. Sweet 16 is coming.
Dad, I turned 16. last year. Why are you still talking about my sweet 16?
For me, Dad, I still have 4 more years till I turn 16.
Hold on, girls. I'm not referring to your birthdays, okay? I'm just excited that PH Williams and Company's Super Sweet 16 sale is back after 6 long years. You see, construction costs high. And thanks to that deal, I get to save a lot of money that I can put towards your education. And the bad is you've asked for it. Now you got it. From February 9 to March 6, enjoy 16% discount on any quantity of sand, aggregate, and concrete blocks. Not quite ready for delivery? No problem. You've got up to November 30. Just pay for your items within the promotional period, February 9 to March 6. Visit PH Williams and Company Limited at Rockaway Canefield. Telephone 449-1112, 449-1251, 275-0636.
Anytime, whatever you're doing, stop. You confirm to exercise your right, your vote, your party, your responsibility. This fresh confirmation process gives you the power and authority to choose your candidate. Don't miss this opportunity. Don't let it pass you by. Go exercise your right. The professor unbelieves your vote. Your vote is important. Make it count. You make first communion. Now is your time to confirm. To vote, your party should tell you should the T-boy Lucia Kami already confirmed. Hurry, join the confirmation process. Make sure your name is big and bold on the electors list. Go and register in the lines that you can go. Make sure you walk with your witness in your polling station who is already registered. Do it early, do it fast, do it now. Call confirmation hotline at 617-9595 275-8164. Do it because that makes you 100% Dominican.
Quality, then you must know the manufacturers of Dominica's finest rums. Belfast Estate Limited, over 80 years leading the industry with exceptional standards and formidable customer service. We present the manufacturers of BB Rum, Soca Rum, Red Cap Rum, Cask Rum, and the signature Belfast Estate Rum Punch. With island-wide distribution daily, Belfast Estate Limited has cemented its mark as the distributor of choice for products like Eldorado range of rums and creams, Kubali Bear, Corona Bear, Guinness, Root Boy drink, and of course, Sunglass juices, Thomas Snacks, Vitamalt, and Pine Hill juices. Call the office at 440-7032 or visit the distribution outlet at Jimmy Dominica. Follow on Facebook or Instagram at Belfast Estate. Belfast Estate Limited, your leading manufacturer and distributor of rums in
I think
Dominica.
going shopping for farming supplies. So I ask you, what are you doing inside Bloombox? Farm? You tell me, Gus out has sought. I've been married 37 years. Look at my money farm. They say, no, not woman, like land for farming crops. And then you understand, Bloombox is the most affordable on island. Knapsacks starting at only $57.71. Elsewhere, it's $300 plus. Cutlass seeds, seeding trays, nursery pots, sales of potting mix, all at way better prices than anywhere else. Fertilizers, 3-in-1 multi-tool, and so much more. Located on Federation Drive, Goodwill. Second property on the right. Valley Link Road and on the corner of Drury Lane and Hanover Street in Rosal. Bloombox. Let's bloom together.
Join Dominica for a night of gospel music, praise, thanksgiving, and prayer. The National Gospel Festival, dubbed Glory in Paradise, Saturday, February 28th, beginning from 5 p.m. at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium, featuring Sinach and Eda Aye out of Nigeria, Dante Bo and Travis Green out of the USA, Colin Davis out of Jamaica, Positive and Blessed Messenger from Trinidad and Tobago. We'll also hear from our very own local gospel artists and youth groups. Come for the praise, stay for the fellowship. Admission, voluntary contributions at the gates. Glory in Paradise, Saturday, February 20th. 5 p.m. Windsor Park Sports Stadium. Follow Dominica Gospel Festival on Facebook for more information.
Looks by PH Williams. COVID-19 now. People saving loads of money. It's written in your pocket, it's written in your wallet, it's written in your budget. From now until the final day, March 6, you pay for all of your sand, stone, and building blocks. Then you come back and pick it up when you're ready. You have 9 months to pick it up. So wait, leave it there. We'll take everything for you. That's PH Williams. Must have a and you can back to your veranda. You can put a new back. You can put a little extension. You know, feel it like long. Increase the bedroom because it's just coming out outside the bed. And it's just have a hole. Go to PH Williams and save a big time.
Tout le monde, vini pour s'écouter PH Williams, ça c'est qu'une fille à côté Rockaway.
Come double up, maximize, pay for it, leave it, then come back in 9 months. That you are back in 9 months for the baby to born. Patricia Antibody, they're sleeping. something sweet tonight on that sweet 16 deal. Only at P.H. Williams. Leaders in every construction project.
Different phases in life, we move at a different pace. All we need is to be supported. Cause when the baby's coming, business needs revamping, the new job started, and you need an outfit. Let momentum hook you up. Momentum will hook you up. The wedding's planning, rent due dates coming. Momentum is your support financing. Let momentum hook you up. Momentum will hook you up.
Take advantage of NCCU's Momentum Loan and get the support you need for whatever stage you are in life with a tiered interest rate and exclusive emergency fund component. Let NCCU's Momentum hook you up. Call 255-2126. Email membercare@nccudominica.com or visit any NCCU location for more details. Your phase, your pace.
An easy way to pay.
You answered and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
You're
Flow is
Fresh Market Pharmacy has expanded to customers with its new additional location at Best Price. 2 convenient locations on the Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard and at Best Price Riverbank. Fresh Market Pharmacy provides over-the-counter medication, health and personal care, prescription drugs, and natural supplements. Our experienced pharmacists and technicians provide the best quality services. Call 225-6883, 255-6875. WhatsApp 316-0310. Your prescription bill just got lowered.
what you're looking for is at the best price. What you're looking for is at the right price.
Best Price, Best Price, where everything is nice and oh, you will love the price. Convenient and easy, make shopping breezy.
The luxury of everything in one supermarket located on the riverbank with parking. Best Price open daily all week with home store, decor for every room, pharmacy for all prescriptions and over-the-counter medication, supermarket for all your grocery items, fresh produce and frozen.
What you're looking for is all at Best Price.
You're looking for is at the right price.
Tune in every morning for The Hot Seat on Q95. The latest happening events, breaking stories, and behind-the-scenes in-depth investigative reports. Stay locked for more fair and balanced talk on The Hot Seat on Q95. The big station.
All right, Dominic, is 9:15. You know, on a Friday, don't have too much time during the morning, so we have a little time before our next stop, Jolly's Market. So we're going to open up the lines a bit there to allow or facilitate your calls with an open line for a short while. Our next stop is Jolly's Market, followed by Belfast this morning. So I'm going to open up the lines for the next few minutes. Just want to inform you too that Parliament will convene on Monday, February 23, 2026. Parliament will convene on Monday, February 23, 2026 for the third session of the 11th Parliament. 5 bills are listed on the other paper aimed at strengthening Dominica's financial regulatory framework, enhancing standards and oversight within the health sector, and advancing the objectives of the Caribbean single market and economy. The Payment System and Services Bill 2026 seeks to establish a comprehensive licensing and regulatory regime for payment services providers, expand oversight of the payment system, and strengthen customer protection within the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. The Food Safety Bill 2026 provides for enhanced food safety and quality standards in Dominica, strengthen inspection and enforcement mechanisms, and greater protection for consumers. Parliament will also debate the Caribbean Community Movement of Factors Bill 2026, which gives effect to key provisions of the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, facilitating the right of establishment, the provision of services, and the free movement of capital within CARICOM member states.
The finest selection of products that cater to your every need, from groceries to household essentials. Our shelves are stocked with quality items that are sure to impress. And guess what? We're not just great for wholesale. We're also your go-to place for all your food service needs. Located right opposite the Immigration Department on King George V Street in Roseau, we take pride in providing you with an unforgettable shopping experience. Our friendly staff is here to assist you in each and every step of the way. Ready to place an order or have a question? Call us at 316-0184 or 255-6823. And carry, cash and carry, and carry, cash and carry. We can't wait to see you.
Again, Parliament will also debate the Caribbean Community Movement Bill 2026, which gives effect to key provisions of the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, facilitating the right of establishment for the provision of services and the free movement of capital within CARICOM member states. In the health sector, the Medical Profession Bill 2026 proposes the establishment of a Dominican Medical Council to oversee the registration and licensing of medical professionals, regulate professional conduct and discipline, and approve qualifications and standards for continuing education and training. I want to read that line again. Additionally, the Nurses and Midwives Bill 2026 proposes the establishment of the Dominican Nurses and Midwives Council to provide for the registration, enrollment, licensing of nurses and midwives, regulate professional conduct and discipline, and set standards for requirements for continuing education and training. The sitting of Parliament will be broadcast live on the Government Information Service and, of course, the national radio station and other stations, your favorite station. 9:19. That's the morning time. Just thought I would provide you with that information as it relates to Parliament to convene on February 23, 2026. So we can open up the lines at this time. Again, the number is 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097. Hello, good morning. Yes? Hello? Nobody there? Let's try this call. Keep missing the calls there. Hello, yes, good morning.
Morning, how are you?
How you doing, my brother? How are you?
How are the family?
Everybody good for now.
Okay, let me ask you two questions I have to ask. What about that Gabriel saga? Is it continuing?
I still believe it is, and I can confirm with Dr. IB. He and Nasio, yes, provides regular visits there. They're there on a daily, one day in, one day out. Yeah, so they're still standing to protect the branch. Yeah.
Are they still working, plowing?
They're working what?
Are they still plowing the mountain?
No, that has stopped. That has stopped.
All right. Thank you very much. Well, I'll not go any further.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Whether they have intention to continue, I don't know, but of course, they've been given a stop order by planning. Whether government plans to override that is a different question. But for now, all work at Dave Branch has stopped. I'm hearing that the minister can override the decision of planning. Whether that will take place or they seek parliamentary approval, for it to continue, we'll have to wait and see. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Are you there? Yeah.
I do not know if you have any special topic you have to stay on.
No,
But
we said an open line. Go ahead.
Okay. I am looking at that many years ago while I live in Solomon Lane.
What's that?
I noticed that when strangers come in the place and people they're asking for, they're right in the bottom maybe, or right at the top, they're asking for a certain place. I think it's either be in the Lion Club or the Rotary Club. I want them or the city council to go back and put onto one of those poles the names of the streets in them. Because somebody can be asking for some in Fonkole and they find there's a right Scottsdale or this somewhere. Go back and put the names of the streets, Benjamin Lane, if it's this lane, put them back upon the hurricane them will throw it down. Put them back upon the line and them. So when people come, they will not have to looking around stranded to ask where is this and where is that. So this is one of them. Another thing I want to say is that by the hospital, I am very much concerned. By the hospital, the roundabout, a vehicle is coming up by Pentecostal Church coming up. And you think it's stop, they're going to stop, they just fly up the road. Or sometimes they've taken the turning wrong. When you think they're going to the new thing, they just turn in wrong. And you do not know where to run, where to stop, because when you think it's that way, they're going is that way. Around the hospital is very dangerous. And especially going by Popeye there, the amount of speed like a highway. Because a lot of people can get it. Please, I'm voicing that. So that we can put speed bomb around by Popeye there. And the roundabout that we could do something there because somebody would get killed there around the hospital. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thank you always for your opinions. At 9:23 is the morning time. And of course, we'll continue with the talk on the hot seat, Dominica's most talked about talk show. Hello, talk to me, yes? Hello?
Hello, morning.
How are you, sir? How are you?
Not bad. How are you doing?
Trying my best, sir.
I just learned this morning of the death of Warrington. Well, you know, he was one of the early Calypsonians in Dominica there. I want to condole with the family, especially my buddy, Mervyn and the brother, the security man at Desmat. But, you know, he was the man who, when I was in the business, was preparing my outfits for me back in the day.
Okay.
But he sang a classic which I just wanted to a cappella one verse of for you there.
Oh yes, do that.
I think that was in the 60s, early 70s. But it went like this: 1993, we could see this world change up entirely. 1993, we go see this world change up entirely. Everything will be the opposite way. Day will turn to night, and night will turn to day. And if a woman old, she getting back young, and cat kicking jackass all over them.
That's a classic
that
there.
will be the life. A husband turning wife, and women starting the family, and men attending clinic with big belly. That was the verse.
What was his Calypso name?
It was.
Hello, yes?
Oh.
I was asking what is his Calypso name? I suspect you did not hear that question, but maybe you'll call back. But thank you very much. Thank you for, of course, extending your sympathies to Mr. Warrington who passed, I think last evening or early this morning there, and Mervyn and family, our deepest sympathies. This man just sang a sample of what he sounded back then, huh? Morning again, 926. Talk to me, yeah? Hello? Hello? Sorry about that. On the telephone, hello, yes? Uh-huh.
That's good morning to you, and how are you this morning, Matt?
Morning to you, morning.
Matt, I'm there, and I'm thinking about yesterday, and that whole controversy about the Calypso thing.
Okay.
And I'm saying to myself, I'm an outsider, but also listening to the different views and so on. What I believe, that's my view, my opinion. When Loftus said that they had a first thing there, and Nashel won by 1 point, and he said, if I get it right, that the judges will ask whether they are in agreement, and he said everybody, because a unanimous agreement. As far as I am concerned, that thing should have been solved from there. If it was unanimous, Matt, that was you say yes, you won by 1 point. What is the point of it, the chief judge going back and trying to bring another thing about what people place and no place? To me, I find the chief judge should not have gone anything. He should have just agreed that the judges say that the decision is final and give her the crown. That's my view, Matt. That's how I see it. Okay.
What's that?
Right?
Uh-huh.
I said that's my view. That's how I see it.
Oh, okay. Yes. People have different views. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. 449-3095-96 and 97. Dominica, we're here. On the telephone, hello to me, yes? Uh-huh. Hello. Good morning. Hello.
Now this person about the mighty styler.
Oh, the mighty styler. Okay.
I said that this morning.
I missed that. Styler. Okay. A lot of style. Okay.
A lot of style. That's why that girl used to be fighting for him. Oh, yeah. That's what this fighting for that man. That man had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I bet all them women in the wrong rose.
I will pass a message to Mervyn. Hello, talk to me. Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, man. Good morning.
Morning to you. Yes.
Good morning to all Dominicans. But I'll take a question. Is Cecil Joseph of DBS Radio, is he the chief judge?
No, he's not the chief judge. No. He's not the chief judge.
Okay, well, I heard that he's the chief judge, so I just asking.
No, that's not true. He's a commentator. He's not a chief judge. He's a commentator for the radio station DBS. Hello, yes. He's a chief judge. Are you there? Caller? Caller, are you there?
What you're looking for is not the best price. What you're looking for is not value.
Best price. Everything is nice, and oh, you love the price. Convenient, easy, makes shopping breezy.
The luxury of everything in one supermarket located on the riverbank with parking. Best Price open daily all week with home decor for every room, pharmacy for all prescriptions and over-the-counter medication, supermarket for all your grocery items, fresh produce and frozen.
What you're looking for is all at Best Price.
What you're looking for is not value.
All right, let's go back to the telephone. Are you there, caller? Yes. Uh-huh.
Matt.
Yes, Marlon, yes.
Matt, I lying down still. When you finish, I will do what I have to do. And when Blue talk, Matt, choking is a good thing. I wasn't drinking coffee. Choking. All what Blue telling you is true. Matt, but I never know. We're in 10 with all the friends. We were friends from young. I never know he used to sing. Matt, I know he used to have a lot of personality. Always dressed. It's always clean. And Matt, when you hear women used to die for him, Matt, this morning my mind come on Mervyn, and I saying I never knew Warrington was Mervyn's father. Right, he's up open and I going fast. I never knew Warrington was Mervyn's father. I always say this, Seaforth by the river. I just says father, but Mervyn's mother was a Seaforth, and she's a Seaforth. So I was mixing it up. And Matt, you see Mervyn is the picture of his father, the same move, women, only girls, and they sing. It's just a pity. I don't know how come Warrington married, and they sing, but a lot of women must dying for him. And one thing, his hand was open. He used to make women angry. Mervyn, I don't even want to talk. Mervyn hand keep herself white like snow, always clean and nice. Give a person their flowers when they're alive. I want to say something there, please. You talk about the Lenten season.
Mm-hmm.
People know, you hear me?
Go ahead, Marlon. Go ahead quickly, yes.
Yeah, fast. People nowadays doesn't respect Lenten season. In the days gone by long, your mother, my mother, blue family, everybody mother used to say, go and take the ashes. If you take the ashes, don't stay in my home. No, people don't know that. Matt, I'm not against CWO, but on a Sunday, my brother, respect every day nowadays is CWO, and they sing is trouble. And I'm the commissioner of police, my brother, in the night. Spread police all around by the All Saints Medical School, lower down River Street, where the Kenfield bus stop has been denied, Upper Lane, River Bank, my brother, there you have all this calamity. With respect to all you, wake up and shine, my brother, and change the street. Put the name of the street, my brother, because a person will go right over when they're asking for Cork Street. And as I talk about Cork Street, my brother, Matt, your little friend, Peter Karam, I not hear him at all. I concern about him. Let me say hello to him and his lovely wife.
All right, Marlon, thank you. 9:34. Somebody's saying, why is a simple thing like Calypso? Is there a secret code? Somebody's asking. Is it a caution to hide unethical behavior? Why so-called educated humans of seemingly reputable character have a secret code to hide dishonesty from being known? There will be no peace. Sad reality. So somebody's asking, why is there a secret code for Calypso as it relates to the judges? Why is there a secret code? Why are so-called educated humans or seemingly reputable character have a secret code to hide dishonesty from being known? There'll always be no peace. Sad reality. That's a text message. Hello, talk to me. Yes, good morning. Hello? Hello? Good morning. Hello, yes?
An easy way to pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
You're
Join Dominica for a night of gospel music, praise, thanksgiving, and prayer. The National Gospel Festival, dubbed Glory in Paradise, Saturday, February 28th, beginning from 5 p.m. at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium, featuring Sinach and Eda Aye out of Nigeria, Dante and Travis Green out of the USA, Colin Davis out of Jamaica, Positive and Blessed Messenger from Trinidad and Tobago. We'll also hear from our very own local gospel artists and youth groups. Come for the praise, stay for the fellowship. Admission, voluntary contributions at the gates. Glory in Paradise. Saturday, February 28th, 5 p.m., Windsor Park Sports Stadium. Follow Dominica Gospel Festival on Facebook for more information.
Looks stones coming by P.H. Williams. It's about COVID-19 now. People saving loads of money. It's with only pocket. It's with only budget. It's with only budget. Munsa so big. P.H. Williams, man. From now until the final day, March 6, you pay for all of your sandstone and building blocks. Then you come back. When you have 9 months to get out of work, leave it there. We'll take everything for you. That's P.H. Williams. Must back your ticket. And you can back to your veranda. You can do the new back. You can do the little extension. You know, feel it long. Increase the bedroom because his foot coming out outside the bed. And his socks have a hole. Go to P.H. Williams and save a big time. Tout le monde, Billy Puesse côté P.H. Williams, ça c'est qu'il file à côté Rockaway. Come double up, maximize pay for it. Leave it, then come back in 9 months. You have 9 months for the baby to born. Patricia antibody. They're sleeping sweet on that sweet 16 deal. Only at P.H. Williams, leaders in every construction project in Dominica.
Not too much time because, of course, we will stop with the Jollies coming up. So if you have to call now. You have a few more seconds. Hello, talk to me, yes? Hello? 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 On the telephone, hello, talk. Yes.
The line is clear, so I call.
Okay, thank you. Be asking a very interesting question this afternoon. One pose just a short while ago, and I think it needs to be answered. I'm going to ask Simeon Joseph to speak to that at the 1 o'clock hour. Maybe about 1:30. Here's a simple question that I need to ask. And somebody just asked, why in a simple thing like Calypso, that culture, there's a secret code? Is it a caution to hide unethical behavior? Why so-called educated humans of similarly reputable character have secret codes to hide dishonesty from being known? There will be no peace, a sad reality. So why are there secret codes? And sometimes we ask the very governments, why are they keeping things away? So we'll ask that question at the Talk on the Block. So stick around for that. May cause a little controversy, a little debate, but we'll talk about it sometime. If it's on the block, we'll talk about it. So stick around for our friend there from Jolly's Pharmacy.
Real Ojaz. Jolly's Pharmacy. The Royal Herb Blend Oil of Ojaz is like a miracle in a bottle. Fast-acting, healing, soothing, restoring dry, irritated, uncomfortable skin, varicose veins, joint pain relief, lung decongestion, fights inflammation. Use Oil of Ojaz to massage aching, tired muscles. These secret blended herbs is a soothing, mentally calming effect, reducing anxiety, boosting your vitality and your immunity. Induces deep, rejuvenating sleep. Oil of Ojaz. Bon oui, mais pour la peau chivée, inflammation, épaules, genoux, guapcha, cultiver wings, ou taper bless, spleen, mais passer boldinance. Oil of Ojaz from manufactured by Jolly's Pharmacy, trusted by families all over the world, and available on Amazon.
Jolly's Pharmacy is bringing vibes to health with Health Vibes. Health Vibes. Each and every Wednesday from 10 to 11:30 a.m. with your hosts, Trudy Kristen, and co-host pharmacist Jacinta Fagan and Leona Jeremiah. Education, information, and a bit of humor. And not forgetting lots of vibes. Jolly's Pharmacy is bringing health and vibes together with Health Vibes. So be sure to tune in each and every Wednesday on Q95 from 10 to 11:30 a.m. Jolly's Pharmacy, leading the way in health.
Cough, cold, sore throat, getting you down? Get Fitzroy mentholated cough and cold syrup for the symptomatic relief of cough, colds, catarrh, and sore throats. Fitzroy cough and cold instantly release and can be taken every 2 hours. It is pleasant tasting and competitively priced. Fitzroy cough and cold is manufactured in England. Fitzroy cough and cold, the relief you're looking for.
Distributed by Jolly's Pharmacy Limited.
Cough, cold, sore throat, getting you down? Get Fitzroy mentholated cough and syrup for the symptomatic relief of cough, colds, catarrh, and sore throats. Fitzroy cough and cold instantly release and can be taken every 2 hours. It is pleasant tasting and competitively priced. Fitzroy cough and cold is manufactured in England. Fitzroy cough and cold, the relief you're looking for.
Distributed by Jolly's Pharmacy Limited.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm well. How are you, Matt?
Hanging in there.
Awesome. And welcome back to Jolly's Market, to our many listeners, both via radio and via the Facebook page.
Oh, well rested?
Very well rested. I've had enough days to bounce back.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
And it's our time for our weekly Health Vibes recap to help you feeling your best, especially after all of the fun and excitement that we had during Carnival. My name is Yomira Joseph, and today we'll be talking about how to bounce back quickly from those post-Carnival aches and sniffles and just generally feeling of being, and making sure you feel your best again. So Carnival was amazing. The energy was incredible, but let's be real, it can take a toll on our bodies. And so I'm just going to go over a few of the ailments and symptoms that we're seeing after the Carnival season and remedies, and highlight some products that are available at Jolly's Pharmacy that can help you recover, right? So some symptoms that we are seeing after the Carnival season is often a combination of things. We are seeing a bit of a cold or the flu, which is a very common symptom, especially after the Carnival season. There always seems to be a very big cold that sweeps the nation. And then we're also seeing things like muscle aches from all the dancing and moving around, standing on your feet, and general fatigue, right? So the good news is that these things can be managed at home with over-the-counter medications. And so let's talk about a few popular products that can help. Starting off with Cetamol. This product contains paracetamol, a fantastic ingredient for reducing fevers and easing those aches and pains in the body. It's a staple for many homes and for good reason. Cetamol, we know, is often a favorite product for persons. We have it available in the individual sachets, and you can find that near our cashiers. And then we also have it available in the syrup form for children. We did have Kitty's Carnival, so if your little one did catch a cold, we have the Cetamol children's cold syrup available in both daytime and nighttime formulas. It is gentle and an effective way to help them feel better. And it can also get your kids back to feeling like kids, right? So you can find both the adult Cetamol and the children's Cetamol at Jolly's Pharmacy. And the children's Cetamol is available in a syrup for the 60 ml at just $9.95. We also offer the Jolly's Manufacturing Chest Rub for children, which helps for chest congestion, and it's only $5. And so that product you'll find on the manufacturing shelf. Each location has a specific location for all Jolly's manufacturing products. So you'll see the small glass container for that. And again, it retails for $5. And so let's tackle those muscle aches, right? Dancing for hours on end can definitely put your body to the test. I know my body was going through it as well. But we do have some options that are beyond oral medications. Of course, if you're thinking Advil or Aleve for your pain, that's an oral medication that you can take. But we're looking at topical agents. And so the diclofenac rub can definitely work wonders when applied directly to the sore muscles. So we have Volini gel, the 30-gram gel, and it retails for $12.50. And you shouldn't underestimate this product. You can rub it directly to the place, the muscle pain that you're feeling, and you will feel the relief within minutes. Of course, because it is topical, you can reapply as needed. And you can find this product on our OTC shelf. You can ask any of our staff on the floor to help you find it. And of course, the power of a good soak. You can soak your tired feet in Epsom salts for incredible soothing and relaxing features. It also reduces inflammation if you're experiencing any swelling of the ankles, your feet. We offer the QC Epsom salts, and this product retails for $21.90. And for those who are looking for a natural remedy, of course, Jolly's Manufacturing has the oil of Ojas, and it offers a powerful pain relieving oil, and it's for both muscles and joint discomfort. And it's a fantastic option to add to your recovery toolkit. The 2-ounce bottle retails for $16.95. And if your cough is lingering for more than 2 weeks, then you should see a doctor so that you can get additional help, additional prescriptions to get to the bottom of that, okay? Most cough medications are designed for short-term use, which is generally a maximum of 10 days. And so I'd like to now move on to our promotions that we have going on for the rest of the month. Of course, we still have our Gear Up and Go with Smarty Baby promotion going on. And this is for our new moms, our new families, right? Calling all grannies, grandpas, uncles, aunts who are supporting to the little ones in their lives. If you purchase any Smarty Baby diaper, you have a chance to win big. And the Gear Up and Go promotion is all about making it easier to travel with baby. So our first prize is a baby stroller with a detachable car seat, and This will allow you to travel safely with your little one and making it a comfortable trip from car to sidewalk. And of course, our and third place prizes will both be winning baby carriers, and that will allow you to wear baby close to you and keep your hands free. So if you have any shopping bags in your hand, you can also carry that and baby safely. And so how do you enter? Of course, it's very easy. You purchase any size of the Smarty Baby diaper. You write your name, number, and address at the back receipt and place it in the designated entry box, and that's it. You're automatically entered to win one of these amazing prizes. And shout out to Smarty Baby Diapers for having this promotion with us. And of course, all of our Jollies locations are participating, and we also have some fantastic retailers who are also having boxes to collect receipts, and that is Green Market in Lubia, J&M Enterprises in Maho, Original Producers in Marigot. So if you are in these areas and also want to participate in this Smarty Baby promotion, you can do so. Simply write your name at the back of your receipt, and we'll be collecting the boxes next week, as the winner will be announced the first week in March. So February is coming to an end. It's like it just began, but it's already almost over. So the last day to participate is the 28th.
You know, the days are moving so quickly. Especially the fact that you're getting older.
Right? Yeah. It's like you
flying, eh? You wish you were yesterday.
The days are flying by. So this promotion again ends February 28th, and we will be announcing the winner in the first week of March. And moving on to our Valentine's promotion, although Valentine's has passed, this promotion is still going on for the entire month of
Some people say every day is
February.
Valentine's.
Every day should be Valentine's.
Valentine's, yes.
You should let your loved ones feel appreciated every day. I agree to that. But what I'm referring to right now is our sex toy bundles, our love and play bundles. Of course, those are only available via jollies.dm.
Mhm.
So if you go onto our website, you can see our lovely bundles available, something for him and her, something for the ladies, something for the men, to help spice up your love life. Of course, check it out. These bundles are only available while stocks last. If it goes before the end of February, then it's over. But hopefully you have some time still. Of course, you have discreet packaging for these bundles, and you pick it up either at our King George location, and we also offer pickup at our Portsmouth location. So Portsmouth, you don't have to come all the way to town. You can place your order. We will package it and send it to Portsmouth for you so you can pick up there. And these promotions are going quickly. So these bundles are going quickly. So please take advantage of it while you still can. And the makers of your favorite baby personal care products have added a new product to their line of items. And of course, this product is an everyday must have. Every day we use the bathroom, every day. So Jolly's Manufacturing proudly presents Babyliss toilet paper, right? Crafted for superior softness and strength. And they are, of course, committed to bringing you quality products made with love. And so we have it available in two different sizes. You have the 300 sheets, and that retails for $1.78. And we have the 500 sheets retailing for $2.53. So you can give our new toilet paper a try. It's available at all of our Jollies pharmacy locations. Of course, we are also wholesaling it. So if you're looking for a toilet paper brand and want to support local, support Babyliss, you can now do so and ensure that it's in your small shops. If you're going to a small shop and you need to buy toilet paper, ask them, hey, do you have the Babyliss toilet paper? And let them, purchase it for you. So Babyliss toilet paper is new to the market. Thank you to Jolly's Manufacturing for continuing to expand their product lines and working hard in the manufacturing plant of course, which is located in Roseau. So everyone, thank you so much again for listening. That is today's episode of Jolly's Market. My name is Yomira Joseph, and it's been a pleasure to be here today. Now that the carnival season is over, I hope we all recover safely
Like
and
you.
quickly. Yes, like me. I hope my ankles go down. What else? If you would like to call us and ask us about any of the promotions that we mentioned today, you can call us at 448-3388. You can also contact us on Instagram or Facebook. We also have a Twitter account, an X account, so you can follow us there. You can message us and we will get to you. And thank you so much for listening.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Sore throat, getting you down? Get Fitzroy methylated cough and cold syrup for the symptomatic relief of cough, colds, catarrh, and sore throats. Fitzroy Cough and Cold instantly release and can be taken every 2 hours. It is pleasant tasting and competitively priced. Fitzroy Cough and Cold is manufactured in England. Fitzroy Cough and Cold, the relief you're looking for.
Distributed by Jolly's Pharmacy Limited.
Cough, cold, sore throat, getting you down? Get Fitzroy mentholated cough and cold syrup for the symptomatic relief of cough, colds, catarrh, and sore throats. Fitzroy Cough and Cold instant and can be taken every 2 hours. It is pleasant tasting and competitively priced. Fitzroy Cough and Cold is manufactured in England. Fitzroy Cough and Cold, the relief you're looking for.
Distributed by Jolly's Pharmacy Limited.
Jolly's Pharmacy is bringing vibes to it with Health Vibes. Health Vibes. Each and every Wednesday from 10 to 11:30 a.m. with your hosts, Trudy Kristen, and co-hosts, pharmacists Jacinta Fagan and Leona Jeremiah. Education, information, and a bit of humor. And not forgetting lots of vibes. Jolly's Pharmacy is bringing health and vibes together with Health Vibes. So be sure to tune in each and every Wednesday on Q95 from 10 to 11:30 a.m. Jolly's Pharmacy, leading the way in health.
Real Ojaz. Johnny's Pharmacy. The her blend of oil of Ojaz is like a miracle in a bottle. Fast-acting, healing, soothing, restoring dry, irritated, uncomfortable skin, varicose veins, joint pain relief, lung decongestion, fights inflammation. Use Ojaz to massage aching, tired muscles. These secret blended herbs has a soothing, mentholated calming effect, reducing anxiety, boosting your vitality and your immunity. Induces deep, rejuvenating sleep. Oil of Ojaz. Bon oui, mais pour la peau chivée, inflammation, épaules, genoux, gorge. Petit wings sous tapis bless. Spleen may pass it boldinance. Oil of Ojaz, proudly manufactured by Johnny's Pharmacy, trusted by families all over the world, and available on Amazon.
All right, Dominica. There's so many issues to explore. They say Dominica is pregnant with issues. And again, this afternoon, we're going to ask the question, is there a secret code for Calypso as it relates to the judges? A lot of people seem upset that one judge spoke out. But that question again will be explored sometime this afternoon, so stick around for more. Well, at this stage, we're going to, of course, interview or speak to Mr. Kenneth Rijak as he speaks to the reason why Caribbean leaders are silent despite universal American restrictions on visas and green cards. And, of course, in the high seas there, everybody seems to be very quiet. These Caribbean leaders seem to be very, very quiet. Why are they so conspicuously quiet at this stage? in spite of all this regulations and restrictions on visas and green cards. I'm asking Kenneth this morning, of course, financial consultant. Speaking on the blog as it relates to his blog, the real reason why Caribbean leaders are silent despite all this restrictions on visas and green cards. Good morning to you, Mr. Rejock. Can you explain just what is going on? Good morning again. Good morning. How are you?
Yes, good morning, Matt, and good morning, Dominica. I'd be happy to explain it.
Please.
The reason I wrote the article and the reason that everybody in Dominica needs to pay attention is that, curiously, none of the 5 EC states that have citizenship by investment programs are complaining because you can no longer come into the United States on a visa. You can't get a green card. You have a real problem visiting your family and friends and expats. You have a real problem coming into New York to buy imported goods to send to Dominica. And everybody's wondering, why are they not hearing from Roosevelt, Scarrett, and the other prime ministers? Well, the reason has to do with a gentleman who you may remember, the French producer, Philippe Martinez. Remember, Mr. Martinez was on his way to making 30 movies in St. Kitts and Nevis when he discovered all of the CBI fraud, money laundering, and corruption. And when he objected to it, he was sued for defamation in St. Kitts. And we have this strange law in the United States, Section 1782, which says if you're sued abroad and you're an American, you have the right to bring a case in the United States to inspect the discovery, that is the asset of people from abroad in the United States. So this is exactly what happened. When Philippe Martinez filed federal lawsuits in New York and Miami, the banks which hold correspondent accounts across the Caribbean for CBI were forced to disclose all of the many millions of dollars that prime ministers and investment ministers and foreign ministers in the Caribbean have in the United States. And of course, their other assets, real estate that they bought under the names of their family, their other hard assets, stocks that they own. So the real reason why Roosevelt, Scarrett, and all the other prime ministers don't want to talk too much about this is that all that information is now in the hands of the Department of Justice, and they are all subject to being indicted for money laundering, fraud, and corruption. And just think about that. Let's say in the next election that Roosevelt Scarrett is out of office. He no longer has immunity, and he could be arrested, taken to Miami, and charged with crimes which put him in jail for the rest of his life. And he's not alone. The prime ministers in St. Kitts and Nevis, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Lucia and Grenada are all in the same boat. Hence, nobody wants to talk against the United States. They may have said a few things about President Trump, but they're not screaming and yelling on behalf of Dominicans and saying, why can't we get a fair shake with visas and green cards? And of course, they're still saying that President Trump has got this bogus case going on in the Caribbean, going after narcotics. Well, if you read the news, you know that the United States Navy just nailed a St. Lucia boat off the coast of St. Vincent, and when it sunk, $500 million worth of cocaine washed ashore in St. Vincent. So the drug problem remains a nightmare for people in the West Indies because they're not stopping it. And Trump, as we unfortunately have to agree, is 100% right that he's got to cut down on the illicit traffic of cocaine into North America and Europe.
What
To go
about
back to the original, yes, sir.
what about people who say that some people have been killed innocently by the Trump administration? What do you respond to that? In search of
Well, you need to understand. You need to understand that the United States has the most advanced technology of any Western power, and they know exactly what's on these boats because they can. You can actually read into a pilot house and see who's there and what the cargo is, and they can actually track and trace vessels leaving Venezuela and Colombia, headed for North America. So, obviously, it's not 100% perfect. Sometimes innocent people do get hurt, but what are all these so-called innocent people doing? Trafficking in narcotics. For what reason would a St. Lucian crew be all the way down there near the coast of South America and then coming back with drugs? So the outrage that a lot of people in the West Indies are feeling is not well placed because the drug trade has never been shut down. And people can still transit countries like Dominica with a boatload of drugs and do it with impunity. So that's the problem. And the thing is that the reason the Navy's down there and the reason that there's all this interdiction is solely because the narcotics producing countries of South America are still shipping their poison to the United States, Canada, and Europe. So in Dominica who's saying, oh, the United States is acting improperly, but they're just trying to protect their own people from drugs.
Wow. That's a story that needs a little digging there. As you said, some Caribbean leaders, including our own, may be very silent because of specific reasons. Some people might be saying, no, I can see them saying that, this is untrue. This is not true, And Mr. Rijok might have to provide a little more information on the fact that he said just what he said a few minutes ago.
Well, Matt, I wish that the United States would pull out of the region and leave the West Indians to their own futures. But unfortunately, we live in a global economy, and what is in one part of the world can often affect another part of the world. And of course, as you know, the United States has now declared that all of this Chinese influence in the West Indies is a national security threat to the United States, and Europeans have said the same thing. Remember that we now have literally tens of thousands of Chinese nationals around the world with CBI passports from the Caribbean, which they can use to enter Europe visa-free, to get a visa to enter the United States and all the other Western countries. So, unfortunately, the new Trump administration has said they're not going to sit down and take this national security threat. And I don't have to tell you about the huge number of people in the Chinese embassy in Dominica. I don't have to tell you about the Chinese advisors. I don't have to tell you about Dominica's paramilitary police using Chinese armored cars and Chinese arms, and unfortunately disturbing the peaceful protest of Dominicans when they feel that they have a grievance. So China's influence has not been ignored by the United States. We know that China is all over the Caribbean. Look at what's going on in Antigua. China is building what looks like a reverse Hong Kong, where they will actually produce their own passports. They will have shipbuilding. They will have Chinese nationals living in Antigua who will outnumber native Antiguans. Now, what do you think that will be like when it comes to voting? The Chinese are all over the Caribbean, and they're not acting benevolently. Dominica and the other countries have incurred debt, and what's going to happen when they can't pay it back? So the U.S. is just saying, no more. We don't want to make the Caribbean a Chinese lake. We don't want to see Chinese battleships out of Antigua zooming around the Eastern Caribbean. We want China out of there because they don't belong there. And remember, we have a principle for the last 200 years called the Monroe Doctrine, which says foreign interests do not belong in the Western Hemisphere. Foreign interests need to get out of there. And that's why Latin America and the Caribbean is supposed to be influence-free, but it's not. And Donald Trump is a man of his word. He's going to take every effort that he needs to do to move China out of there and China's influence. Now, add that to the fact that we now have the CBI scandal, where in 5 countries in the Eastern Caribbean, there was all sorts of misconduct and sales of passports to criminals, sales of passports to people who were sanctions evaders, sales of passports to people who are unqualified, who come from high-risk countries. And taking those passports, they can immediately zoom into Western countries and commit crimes.
I haven't heard you have not written as it relates to the blockage of fuel into Cuba. What's your take on that one?
Well, it's no secret that many leaders in the Eastern Caribbean have been educated in Cuba. They owe allegiance to Cuba. They have been involved in, of course, bringing Cuban doctors and medical personnel into their countries. And, America's got a long memory about what happened in Grenada in 1983 when the U.S. invaded, because the Cubans were building a runway for the Soviet Union in Grenada. So Cuba has now become another problem for President Trump to solve. And whether he can solve it peacefully or not remains to be seen. But we still have leaders from the West Indies flying to Havana and making nice with the dictatorship there and doing business there. Now, America can't stop a country from doing business with Cuba, even though we are not allowed to. But Donald Trump and the Republican administration have said, send no more Venezuelan oil to Cuba. Don't let Mexico send oil there. And let's see if we can get the Cubans to come to the table on democratic reforms and on taking care of their own people. So the Caribbean is in a state of chaos in 2026. And the U.S. is shaking up the whole story, whereas previous administrations have been guilty of what you and I would call benign neglect, which is true. They have left most of the West Indies to shift for itself, and they haven't come up with the usual foreign aid that they give to other countries.
Well, we can't deny though that Cuba has been good in terms of providing the kind of health professionals that we need across the country. Would you admit that?
Yes, 100% true. However, it comes at a cost, not to Dominica, but to the Cubans themselves. Remember that the circumstances through which Cuban doctors and medical personnel come to the West Indian states is through what you and I call, unfortunately, human trafficking, Matt. That means that all of the money that Dominica pays to Cuba doesn't go into the pockets of the doctors and nurses. 99% of it ends up in the hands of the Cuban regime, and these people lose their passports. They're actually being watched very closely so they don't defect to the United States, and they don't have a very good life as doctors in the field because they're supervised very intensely by the Cuban government. And that is trafficking. When a person can't live and work where he wants to and cannot move freely from one country to another, that's a form of slavery. And it's the way Cuba gets foreign exchange from countries all over the West Indies. So it's a great benefit for Dominica to have physicians and nurses and medical people and medical equipment, but it harms the actual Cubans that are doing it because they're basically little more than slaves.
Kenneth Ridjock again, thank you very much. We'll continue to monitor. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Have a great day.
Have a great one. Let's take a break. Right back. Stick around.
If you know quality, then you must know the manufacturers of Dominica's finest rums, Belfast Estate Limited. 80 years leading the industry with exceptional standards and formidable customer service. We present the manufacturers of BB Rum, Soca Rum, Red Cap Rum, Cask Rum, and the signature Belfast Estate Rum Punch. With island-wide distribution, Belfast Estate Limited has cemented its mark as the distributor of choice for products like Eldorado range of rums and creams, Kubli Bear, Corona Bear, Guinness, Root Boy Drink, and of course, Sunblast Juices, Toppers Snacks, Vitamalt, and juices. Call the office at 440-7032 or visit the distribution outlet at Jimmy Dominica. Follow on Facebook or Instagram at Belfast Estate. Belfast Estate Limited, your leading manufacturer and distributor of rums in
When you come in the jam, you should have a baby in your hand. When you come in the band, you should have a baby in your hand. What we drinking? DBB style. DBB nice. DBB style. DBB nice. DBB style. DBB nice. DBB style. DBB nice. BB Spice Rum. It's more than just a rum.
BB Spice Rum. Distributed by Belfast Estate. Drink
If you know
responsibly.
quality, then you must know the manufacturers of Dominica's finest rums, Belfast Estate Limited. Over 80 years leading the industry with exceptional standards and formidable service. We present the manufacturers of BB Rum, Soca Rum, Red Cap Rum, Cask Rum, and the signature Belfast Estate Rum Punch. With island-wide distribution daily, Belfast Estate Limited cemented its mark as the distributor of choice for products like Eldorado range of rums and creams, Kubli Bear, Corona Bear, Guinness, Root Boy Drink, and of course, Sunblast Juices, Toppers Snacks, and Pine Hill Juices. Call the office at 440-7032 or visit the distribution outlet at Jimmy Dominica. Follow on Facebook or Instagram at Belfast Estate. Belfast Estate Limited, your leading manufacturer and distributor of rums in Dominica.
There's Smooth.
And then there's Guinness Smooth.
It's a brand new cool.
Incredibly smooth.
Perfectly balanced.
For a smooth and refreshing taste.
So how smooth? Well smooth. Guinness Smooth.
For a smooth and refreshing taste. New Guinness Smooth. Must be 18 years or older. Drink responsibly. Socialize responsibly.
Locally distributed by Belfast Estate Limited.
Tio Kubule, c'est ça nous caboué. Tio Kubule, c'est ça. Hele Kubule, nous caché des forts. Seulement Kubule, avec un nid encore. Bacalache, bacalache, bacalache. Tio nous répète Kubule. Bacalache, bacalache. Bacalache, tio nous va jouer Kubule. Bacalache, bacalache, bacalache. Nous répète Kubule. Bacalache, bacalache, bacalache. Nous va jouer Kubule. Drink responsibly.
There's Smooth.
And then there's Guinness Smooth.
It's a brand new cool.
Incredibly smooth.
Perfectly balanced.
For a smooth and refreshing taste.
So how smooth? Well smooth. Guinness Smooth.
For a smooth and refreshing taste. New Guinness Smooth. Must be 18 years or older. Drink responsibly. Socialize responsibly.
Locally distributed by Belfast Estate Limited.
All the partners we pay. If you look at one Belfast to sell, you pay, you go. To Belfast.
Yo pays, yo goût, nous avons one Belfast, tout fait, tout Belfast. Shock them!
All right, Dominic, we're here for another 8 minutes. Of course, our next stop, Creole Habit. We've had some comments as to the latest information provided there by financial consultant and former money launderer. Now, also consultant for the U.S. government as well. Because issues all the time, Reed. Somebody says, Matt, you see where the drugs are showing up in Caribbean shores from boats decimated at sea? They are not innocent fishermen. There is a big drug problem in the Caribbean. We all know it. When leaders are caught and implicated in drugs, then we cannot just look the other way. Time to be honest and smell the coffee. See where Fahi, the premier of the BVI, is in jail, the head of port in jail for arrangements with the drug cartel who were in an FBI sting operation. Somebody's saying that Ray Jock is speaking the tune of from the Mr. President Trump hymn book. Hello Talk singing the song. Are you there? Yes?
Yes, Matt. Good morning to you. The listeners, Matt.
To you too.
Matt, I'm not the brightest color in the path of crayon, but I'm not the gray one. And I did not have to hear Mr. Rijok speak about why they bombing the boats on the sea, because they have technology to see what they have on the boats.
Right.
That's something that's already established, you know. And I know, again, he didn't have to say it, why leaders are not speaking, because if any election comes and they are not elected, you know what's going to happen, you know. So these people have to hold their tongue and squeeze their mouth tight not to say anything, because the Americans are looking at them, and we really need the help from the Americans to get rid of the Chinese.
All right, hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes.
Yes, good day, Matt.
Good day to you.
I don't believe in that reject opinion either.
Okay.
Because you cannot tell me you bomb a boat with a missile and the drugs was remain to float on the island. I believe if they have any drugs, that it's easy for the U.S. military to send drugs on the shore. Because if the boat is exploded, how do drugs remain to even go on shore? You understand? The Cuba crisis too. Isn't the U.S. sanctions on Cuba doing more damage than they giving us doctors, and we have to pay them and they put the money in their pocket? They have not any implication in that. And the drug thing too. When have the U.S. become judge, juror, and executioner? It's law and justice. You get the people, you arrest them, you see what is on their boat, you bring them to get justice.
So are you denying that these countries like Colombia and Venezuela are providing drugs, sending the drugs to the U.S.?
No, I'm not denying it. And first of all, that the drugs that Colombia and them have, they always say it goes to Europe, not to the U.S. Trump himself pardoned a big drug dealer the president of Guatemala, he pardoned him for, he was convicted of selling 400 million tons of drugs to America. So that drug whole conversation there doesn't hold water. Because you cannot pardon one who was convicted of drugs, 400 million tons of drugs in America, and you want to be killing people that may be selling 2 or 5 bags. You know? It just doesn't make sense. Trump is just a lunatic.
All right, caller. Thank you very much. 449. Trump is protecting his borders. Would you agree with that one too? Hello. I mean, if the drugs are coming in from whatever source it is coming through the Americas, through the Caribbean Sea, he has to protect his people. That is a point as well, huh?
Yeah. Telling you the issues, man. I could have answered that one for you. Easy. Plain and simple, like he told you. The leaders ain't saying none because their hands are dirty. They corrupt. And everything else that's taking place, most of the Caribbean nationals don't see. We quick to blame America and everybody else. But like I've always said, Matt, you look at how many fingers coming back at you. Now, he said something that's very interesting. You see, because he's talking to geopolitics and corruption in the region, right? He said, as far as he's concerned, America should leave the Caribbean to its own doings. Matt, and if that happens, you think things bad now, it will get worse. But the only reason it's not going to happen is because America's geopolitics don't want that in their backyard, man. He mentioned all the influence of the Chinese. Antigua's population, there's an imbalance. And I told you about that country within a country in Antigua. So, Matt, when you look at these things, you know, these things is such deeper than what the average man on the street is looking at. But we don't see, because a bomb went out in a boat a couple days ago. We see that and we talk about it. But the deep issues we miss, and that is the problem in the region. Because if you don't understand what's taking place deeply, geopolitically, corruption, and these things, where the real issues is what you don't see. And in the region, we have some twisted logic playing us against them and them against us. Smart is deeper than that. And when you have countries like America and China fighting, you want to take a side. It's not about taking a side. You look at your best interests of your people and the future of your country. And America, like I've always said, America has always been more beneficial to the region than China will ever be. Because when you can't pay China, Matt, you're going to lose your land. You're going to lose your country. American, European style businesses have been in the region for many years. They don't come and buy up your place or give you a loan and come and take stuff from you. Yes, IMF ain't the best thing going. But all these organizations have never done like the Chinese do, because if you don't pay, they confiscate your stuff. And we have to look at all the stuff, Matt. It's too much to lose. When you're talking about going one side or the other, you must make wise decisions. And if you can't, then you're doomed, my friend. That's it.
All right. Of course, most of you may have heard about the St. Lucian boat that was struck by U.S. military. Let's play that story for you there.
Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. issued a single direct statement on the matter.
I can confirm that people lost their lives and the circumstances have got no official notification on the circumstances surrounding the death.
The United States claimed that, quote, intelligence confirmed the vessel was transiting along a known narco-trafficking route in the Caribbean and was engaged in narco-trafficking operations, end quote. The press release did not state the nationalities of the 3 killed or the exact location of the vessel. It also did not state what evidence was used to support the allegations of drug trafficking or what steps were taken before the U.S. set the boat into flames. These large-scale strikes operating against Venezuela through wartime tactics have raised concerns throughout the neighboring Caribbean region of CARICOM status as a zone of peace.
Yeah, very unique region. So we have to preserve it, right? And we do not want, personally, I do not like wars and rumors of wars in our region. But there's certain circumstances we have to understand that are beyond our control. The world has changed. The whole concept of sovereignty has changed. It has never been a more difficult time to be at the head of a small country. It has never been so difficult.
As CARICOM countries take diverging stances on some foreign policy issues, including U.S. intervention, Prime Minister Pierre reiterated that he shall not attempt to change other countries' positions respecting their sovereignty.
It's not a new phenomenon that governments take different positions, you understand? Because CARICOM is not a federation, you understand? So right now, there's a lot of discussion on it, but that is nothing new. That has happened before. That different ministers, different governments take different positions.
While these massive geopolitical situations are out of the sphere of influence of everyday people, Pierre pleaded with the public to contribute to St. Lucia's foreign policy reputation by obeying visa laws.
Visiting foreign countries on a visa and overstaying, we must stop it. We must stop it. We must stop it. Because visiting somebody's country is a privilege. If someone applies for a visa and they get time 6 months, do not spend 6 months and a day. That can affect us in ways that we may not be able to understand.
Pierre, in a written statement, reiterated that, quote, in matters affecting national security and regional stability, speculation has no place, and that, quote, St. Lucia is actively engaging through established diplomatic and security channels to verify the facts. Friday's strikes take the total death toll in U.S. President Donald Trump's campaign against alleged narco-traffickers since September to 133. For Choice News Now, I am Shine Savory.
If you know quality, then you must know the manufacturers of Dominica's finest rums, Belfast Estate Limited. Over 80 years leading the industry with exceptional standards and formidable customer service. We present the manufacturers of BB Rum, Soca Rum, Red Cap Rum, Cask Rum, and the signature Belfast Estate Rum Punch. With island-wide distribution daily, Belfast Estate Limited has cemented its mark as the distributor of choice for products like Eldorado range of rums and creams, Kubali Bear, Corona Bear, Guinness, Root Boy Drink, and of course, Sunblast Juices, Toppers Snacks, Vitamalt, and Pine Hill Juices. Call the office at 440-7032 or visit the distribution outlet at Jimmy Dominica. Follow on Facebook or Instagram at Belfast Estate. Belfast Estate Limited, your leading manufacturer and distributor of rums in Dominica.
Bring your cooler. Bring your cooler. Bring your drink and bust your chest now. Bust your chest. Be number one all over. Number one. Make ready in Dominica. Right here. BB nice. BB nice. BB nice. BB nice. BB nice. When you come in the jam, you should have a BB in your hand. When you come in the band, you should have a BB in your hand. What we drinking? BB style. BB nice. BB fine. BB nice. BB style. BB nice. BB style. BB nice. BB Spice Rum. It's more than just a rum.
BB Spice Rum, distributed by Belfast Estate.
If you know quality, then you must know the manufacturers of Dominica's finest rums, Belfast Estate Limited. Over 80 years leading the industry with exceptional standards and formidable customer service. We present the manufacturers of BB Rum, Soca Rum, Red Cap Rum, Cask Rum, and the signature Belfast Estate Rum Punch. With island-wide distribution daily, Belfast Estate Limited has cemented its mark as the distributor of choice for products like Eldorado range of rums and creams, Kubali Bear, Corona Bear, Guinness, Root Boy Drink, and of course, Sunblast Juices, Toppers Snacks, Vitamalt, and Pine Hill Juices. Call the office at 440-7032 or visit the distribution outlet at Jimmy Dominica. Follow on Facebook or Instagram at Belfast Estate. Belfast Estate Limited, your leading manufacturer and distributor of rum.
them down, put them down. Put on the guns. Put them down, put them down. No bullets and guns. Put them down, put them down. Put them down, put them down. All over the island, statistics show a declining population. On the brink of extinction, the population falling short. So much young man getting shot like a pestilence. We have to end this violence. To save this country, we must teach the children conflict resolution. The gun is not an option. We need more fathers, not cancer. More babies, not bullets. Strong men to build up our country. I'm talking to you, Mr. Gunman. Shooting up the nation. Crime and violence weaken society. Soon God will replace man on this little island with a low population on the brink of extinction. Put them down, put them down. Put on the guns. Put them down, put them down. No bullets and guns. Put them down, put them down. Put them down, put them down. Endangered species on the brink of extinction, like Wako and Zoti, young men of this country. Time for intervention, conservation of young man, talking about preservation of this island nation. Man so trigger happy all over the country, making erratic decisions, just like them politicians. Too many rested in peace and spreading justice. Another man gone, a son, a father. Talking to you, Mr. Man. Think about the children. What they see is what they learn. The effects linger on. It's replaceable. Teaching bloodshed to children will raise a one generation on the brink of extinction. Yeah, yeah. Put them down, put them down. Put down the guns. Put them down, put them down. No bullets and guns. Put them down, put them down. Put them down, put them down. I was walking in town, no bus and stressed. It's nothing but afraid. I pray bullets catch me out. I was passing, a brother on the red bench say, dreams are a nightmare, like the life I live in here. To curb the gun problem takes more than amnesty. We need industry that will boost up the economy. Right now, young men need work, just a little bit of hope. Viable options to replace the bullets and guns. Talking to you, Mr. Gunman. Put down the gunman. If the bullets must again, Mama can't take the pain to the millions of the nation. Our young men need options. Time is critical. They are on the brink of extinction. Yeah, yeah. Put them down, put them down. Youth man, put on the guns. Put them down, put them down. I'm not crying out. Put them down, put them down. Put them down.